One of my favorite things about the ocean is that it's an unexplored world. I mean, as land dwellers, we have so much to learn and so much to do in the ocean. I mean, we know more about the moon than we know about our own oceans. So today I want to tell you about a little encounter that I had this summer in the ocean, and also share a story about an unexpected catalyst that brought me to where I am today. Are you guys ready to dive in with me? Awesome. It was a hot day. My face is like planted in the water with my mask and my snorkel, and I'm just mesmerized by these beautiful beams of sunlight just going down into the blue. Totally distracted, I did not notice that the rest of my team was gone. They swam the other direction. And when I looked up above the surface, I was alone, 5 miles off the coast of Mexico. Well, I looked the other way, and then I noticed a dark shadow in the distance. And then I realized that this was the moment I had been waiting for. It's hard to describe exactly how you feel when you're swimming next to a 35-foot shark that could theoretically swallow you whole. But thankfully, this is a whale shark. It's a filter feeder. They only eat plankton, the smallest organisms in the ocean. As I swam closer, I wondered if it was thinking, what is this alien thing coming toward me with seaweed on our head? I don't know what this is. I'm going to swim away. He didn't do it. Stayed right there. And it was just us. For 20 minutes, I had this moment with this animal. I took a deep breath. And as I listened, I started hearing the boat motors, and they were coming from the distance. So I knew the Ocean Gems team was coming to pick me up. As I swam to the boat, I climbed the dive ladder, got on board, and didn't say a word. All I could feel was the warm, salty tears flowing down my face because I was just so in awe and grateful for the opportunity to experience this with such an extraordinary animal. But how did I get here in the first place? I was just like you not too long ago, sitting in these uncomfortable auditorium seats, wondering what my life was going to be like after I left the so-called safe haven of high school. It was weird. I was an oddball. I was super strange. And I would go home some days and talk to my mom, look at her straight in the eye, and tell her, "Mom, I'm an alien." And she would laugh and say that was weird. And then she'd say, "I love you, and it's going to be okay. You're going to be fine." But I knew in the back of my head that I had something special. I had an advantage amongst my peers. I had a crazy dream, and that dream was to become a marine biologist. Yes, this Jamaican-American girl from Miami who loves arroz con frijoles, dancing to some reggae. Yeah, I wanted to be a marine biologist. You better believe it. As I shared this dream with people, my family, my friends, I would get reactions like, "You want to do what? You want to dive where? Why in the world would you want to do that?" And I would just be thinking in my head, why in the world would I not want to do that? I mean, last time I checked, our planet's covered by 70% water. What a great opportunity. So I continued full steam ahead with some great mentors following this dream. Once I made it to the University of Miami, I was stoked to be at one of the best marine science programs in the country. It was awesome. But I still felt out of place. And it wasn't because I was one of the only minority women in the program. It wasn't because of my professors or my peers. It was because of my hair. Believe it or not, it was just something that made me feel like I was just standing out. And up until that point, let me back up for a second, I had been straightening my hair. I would go to the salon, the hairstylist would put this creamy concoction on my curls and straighten them. And when I was younger, it was to help tame it. But as I got older, I realized it was because I wanted to fit in. I wanted to be just like everybody else. But I'm sure some of you ladies can relate and understand this, that when you get your hair wet when you do this, you actually reverse the whole process. So that $100 investment literally gets washed away with the water. And I was doing this week in and week out, going scuba diving, shark tagging, and just going to the beach. So with my very meager college budget, I stopped going. And I'll never forget that morning. I was sitting or standing in my bathroom in my dorm, and noticed that there was something really different about me. And as I peeked, I noticed that my curls were emerging from my roots, curls that I had never seen before. I was excited. A week later, I chopped off all of my hair. It was a bold move, but it was the best decision that I've ever made. But this is more than just a hairstyle for me. It represents, just like my career choice, being bold enough to be different. It was so powerful. And when I look back at it, I just realized that it's just given me such an extra boost of confidence to continue to explore our oceans and to be a dedicated ambassador for our blue planet. So I have one question for you today. What makes you stand out? What is that thing that you think is so awkward, weird, or just strange that you may be hiding? Dig deep and own it. Know it that it's you, because that could be one of your most powerful attributes. So, in closing, I want to challenge you. I want to challenge you to explore your individuality, declare you're different, and most importantly, embrace your inner alien, because you might just have an out of this world experience. Thank you.